Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Hi, everybody. Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Hi, Janet and Deb
Hey.
and Marianne and Sherry and Craig. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So last week we had about 5 of us on here. And this week we have 4 of us on here. So our little square gets a little bit smaller, but that's okay. It gives us just more time to spend on you and what you want to have answered.
That's right.
So welcome to Wisdom Seeker Joan, who now has her own YouTube channel.
Do you really?
Yes, the link is down below. And I'm going to go over there as soon as I'm done and sign up. So
congratulations, Joan. That's wonderful.
Yes,
and I'll be getting my second video up.
Good.
ASAP. I said that last
Very
week, but
good.
It's in the works now.
I'm real happy for you. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And then we have Mark, Spirit Whisperer, who also channels Pan. And helps us out from Kentucky.
Yep.
And we have our New Mexican Thayer, our artiste, extraordinaire, and she's always open for readings and art.
Yeah,
some art
paintings,
for your energy. Yep. And of course, the three of them also. Mark, you do private readings, correct?
I do. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So all of them will do private readings, and I have the links down below.
Okay.
In there, and you can contact them there.
Yep.
And Thayer is Thayer Boo 2. Thayer Boo 2.
gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're interested, just send me an email and I'll tell you the details and stuff like that. If you're
Yankee New Mexican. Thanks, Carolyn Adams. I am a
yes. It's like me. I'm a Yankee Pacific Northwestern. Right. That's right. Yes. Oh, good. Yes, G. Covington. Thank you. I'm real happy to have Mark back as well. And hi, Tracy and Carolyn and Gina and Sharon. It's so good to see everybody. So yes, Terry had to do some. She could not come with us this time, and I don't think I sent Kevin a link this time, but we had enough people, so we're fine. Hi, Arlene. He'll be back again at some point, I'm sure. Yeah. Actually, he posted on his community page what he makes for dinner.
Oh,
really? Every time. I don't even eat meat, and it looked good to me.
I need somebody like that as a roommate.
Yeah.
Oh, you cook dinner? You're in.
What about the guy that came to visit you? Nah.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
He's a DJ in New York, so.
Okay, so he's not going to leave.
Permanently in Woodstock.
Yeah, okay. No, I understand. Hello, Melinda. So, we're going to be taking some questions. We can take some questions today on colors, of course.
Yeah.
We can take questions on animals, dead or alive. We can take questions on spirit guides, cards pulled, a general energy reading.
Yeah.
No politics. And, we got enough of that, so we don't need that. But anything else you might want to know? Yeah. Yeah, I think this is what Thayer means too, Arlene. A roommate that cooks.
Yeah, a roommate that cooks.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yep.
I like to cook, but I don't like to cook just for me.
I know. Yeah.
I only cook for show. So it's like, give me a holiday. I'm making so many desserts. I'm making chocolate mousse and lemon mousse and vegan cookies and regular cookies and just all kinds of things. So great. But the rest of the day,
so you're more of a baker. More of a baker than it. Yeah.
Well, I do cooking too, but desserts are more the show.
Desserts are your forte. Yeah. Yeah. My husband's a big dessert person, and unfortunately, I can't really eat those desserts. So we just don't make. I end up getting Weight Watcher meals. I know. It isn't any fun though. It really isn't. But okay, I got a couple of questions up. Go ahead and put up the rest if you wouldn't mind. In the meantime, I will tell you that Joan also has. You just said that do you have any shows coming up?
I'm going to be putting a new video up soon.
Right.
I think I might be on with Jean soon on this coming Monday, maybe.
Okay.
I'm doing free readings. I think there's still a couple of openings for free readings through the end of the month. And then starting in May, I'll have a sliding scale fee.
Very good. And Mark, you usually meet with Freebird Spirit on Tuesdays. Am I right?
On Mondays, usually Monday and
Mondays.
Tuesday. Although this week we're not because
Okay.
I had a doctor's appointment that I couldn't get scheduled right.
Sure.
But we'll be back on schedule. And then I do my regular thing on Saturdays at 4.
That's right.
And that's
right.
for any kind of question. Mondays is just animals.
Okay. Sounds good. And Thayer, you were on our show with Kelly and I on our other Circle of Friends Tarot.
Yep.
And it's probably about time that you come back on and do something with me. Yeah, so I'll let you know. We'll see what goes on from there.
I'll get to my YouTube. I've just been so into practicing my mediumship.
Good.
You know, I found all these practices, and there's a spiritual church in New Jersey, and they do online classes for $10.
Oh,
yeah. So
very good.
Yeah,
very good. It's all the practice that makes the difference, I think. If we don't keep it up, then we sometimes
look. Purple Elephant says she had a reading with Joan, and it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Who is that? I'm afraid I can't see anything in my chat, and it's
go to comments. Go to comments.
Go to comments.
At the top right. All I have usually where it says private chat and comments, I only have private chat. So
really?
Yeah. And but I'm too afraid to mess things up.
Yeah, I understand.
Try anything else.
All right.
So.
Well, I'll put anything up that you're going to be looking at anyway, but I'm sorry.
Oh, it's Deb H.
Yeah.
Yes, we had a great
Deb H.
Thank you.
Yep. Purple Elephant. Good. Yeah, it's always nice to get feedback.
That's right.
And yeah, we had a lot of fun on that show, Tracy. We really did.
Yeah.
So hello, Annette. Hello, Lauren. Hi, Sherry. All right. I got about 6 questions up. Anybody else going to add? Let me know. But I'm going to start with Connie D's question. She has written a children's book, What Makes You Smile? And she wonders if you see that selling well.
I'm seeing you going out and reading at libraries, and maybe doing stuff on YouTube and sort of reading it out loud and getting the word out that way. And I think it will sell well there. But to do a lot of outreach in person.
Is it okay if I go next?
Yep.
I got a reminder from Spirit who said, tell them about the life cycle of a book. And I won't go into the long thing, but it goes from being your child, your baby, your special little thing, to being a product. And that's kind of hard at first. So think about that, because this is a piece of your heart that you have created out of your imagination with help from Spirit and everything. This has been your special baby. But now it's like taking the kid to kindergarten for the first time. And unlike a child, it's becoming a product. So you have to think of it like a product. And so you market it like a product. And one of the things you do, especially for books now, is find to build up the audience before it comes through social media contexts, whether you have special stuff on Facebook or Instagram or whatever to develop the audience there. And then that will help support sales. And I agree that going out and reading at libraries and bookstores and anywhere they'll take you. But I guess the gist of my message is to prepare yourself emotionally for, it's like taking the kid to kindergarten. You have to hand it off to the world now. And then if you're comfortable with that, then I think things are going to go well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it will. Once it gets to that point, it will sell well. I feel like there's a little bit of with the published, with who you get to publish it, or if you're publishing it yourself, or if you already have someone. I just get just make sure that that person or whoever, you have a nice feeling about. It might be that you have a couple of choices, so kind of choose with this heart center to make sure you get the one who's going to be behind your book and promoting it, unless of course you're doing it yourself.
Right. All right. So 2 things. The first thing is, Connie, if you would like to be showcased on my show, read your book and talk about your book and so on and so forth, all you need to do is let me know and you can come on. Okay. So that's that. And the card I pulled was motivation. I know you're motivated. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say, get busy. There you go. Awesome.
And I pulled a card too. It was the Oriole. A new creative venture is on the horizon. See it as a positive change.
Wonderful.
So that's auspicious.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a good deal. So.
Right. And I just drew a quick card that it's 2 of Cups, of course. So that's, again, talking about that relationship. I feel like between you and whoever you get to publish it or work for you that way. And that, and this looks like a really lovely relationship. So just, that's what will help. And then, of course, just an Ace of Pentacles. So that's like money, a gift of money coming. So I think it will.
Ooh, there you go.
Try, hospitals, libraries, daycare centers,
dentists. Kind of what makes you smile? Get it in dentist office.
But I think the more, and then by word of mouth, it will grow that way. So I see good things.
Yep, that's awesome. I wonder if they wouldn't let you also go to the elementary school and read to the kids, like the kindergartners or something, or like you said, daycare. Yeah. Anyway, we wish you lots of luck, Connie, and let me know. Just send me an email if you want to come on. heartandsoulconnected@gmail.com. One word. Okay. Thank you. All right. Mary Ann had a sweet parrot named Molly, and she really misses Molly. And so can you tell us anything about how she's doing?
I'm assuming she's passed. You didn't just give her to another person, did you? Okay.
I think so.
Well, sometimes parrots live so long that they end up having more than one.
I get it. Don't they live like 60 years sometimes, or 40 years?
Depending on,
the care and stuff. Yeah. Wow.
I'm seeing a gray parrot with it's not a big parrot, but with a yellow kind of a red thing on top. I'm hoping that's the right parrot.
Okay, she said Molly passed suddenly. She was a smaller parrot.
Smaller, gray with maybe yellow around the eyes. Yellow or red. I just see her chirping, happy, singing along. She goes, remember me. Doopy 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 doo.
You said that might be her cockatiel. That was a yellow-faced gray bird. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Different bird. But how cool is that, Thayer?
Well,
you got a bird. Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm seeing a parrot with a stick in its mouth, kind of in the environment that looks like a rainforest. And when they have a stick in their mouth, I don't know enough about parrots to know if they make nests with sticks, but it's the symbol for me of making a nest, making a new home. And she seems to be happily going about her business of settling in her new home. And sometimes you might feel her. Did she used to like perch on your finger or up on your shoulder or head sometimes if you'd let her out? And if not, you might feel just a tiny little feeling like that, and maybe like a little peck on the cheek. Things that she used to do, she might send your way. But she's cute.
Yeah, I do feel like she's sending you messages or energy right now, like maybe a little more than in the past, and you might be thinking about her quite a bit all of a sudden. So again, it's the Eight of Wands, and it's a lot of energy coming your way. And I love this deck because it always looks like it's coming from heaven on this one, this card, and there you are receiving it. So I feel like there might be a little more, like Joan was talking about, a little more interaction happening. And I feel like she's saying thank you because for her soul, she was seeking this different kind of an experience as a bird, one in close contact, as a human's familiar or pet or companion, and so that was what her soul was seeking, to see how that was different than the other. And she said, even though it meant I lived in a cage, I was sort of caged up, in that it opened up more possibilities to me. It made I feel like her possibilities, even as a little spark or a little soul, grew out of that experience with you. So then it looks like she says, so I would like that experience again. I enjoyed, she goes, somebody might think that being in the cage would not be a positive experience. But for me, it was, because I wanted to be in a relationship with a human and kind of learn that and get the benefit of that. And she did. She really enjoyed it. She enjoyed you and your relationship. Like, I feel like you talking to her a lot, and her listening, and like little kisses maybe or something, but very, very, very enjoyed the relationship much more than she thought. So I feel like she wouldn't mind to have that, have another experience like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And look, she says she was on top of the cage and she talked up a storm. There you go. Yeah. Yes. And I'm sorry, Thayer. I just wanted to say.
I just pulled the star card.
Yeah.
It means she's in spirit, but she's also with you, because the foot of the star is in the water and then on the land. So she's always, her energy is always there. And I don't know if you do have a cockatiel, but I think they miss each other.
Oh, maybe that's why they came through. Yeah. Yeah.
Or you're going to get one.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yes, Tony, thanks for putting that up about Mark. Because, we all love getting past 1,000. So if you can help support him to do that, that would be wonderful.
Because in one respect, I don't worry too much about the numbers or anything.
I know you don't.
But the 1,000 is like the 1,000's like a milestone.
Sure it is.
Kind of like, ooh, 1,000. I can't imagine that I even got more than 5. So, and it went up to 995, but you'll find out with YouTube, it goes up and then it goes back down for some reason.
Yes, mine went down by 45.
Oh, well, that's...
Yes, I didn't know what I did wrong. Okay. Marianne, I got, and it's funny because Joan opened this up. She started to sing. Or wasn't it you that was singing, the bird? Yeah. It says, listen to your inner music. And I thought, wow, Joan just was singing.
Oh, that was Thayer doing, wasn't that you doing the bird sound?
Doing that. Yeah. Okay, so it's Thayer. Yeah.
Happy. Yeah, I got happiness. Whistle while you work kind of thing.
Yeah. And I just exactly as Mark brought up, I pulled this card before he even said a word. It's time to celebrate and be proud of yourself for the way that you parented that little bird, because that little bird was very happy. And every once in a while, it's just important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and look at the it's got peacock feathers all over it. Isn't that gorgeous? So be proud of yourself. You did a beautiful job, Marianne. And your bird really appreciated living with you. You never know, that bird may come back in another form.
I was just getting that.
Yeah.
Marianne's comment there where she says, yes, you know, she do kissy face all the time with her, which I can see the little kisses. And she says, funny, we want to get another bird. It's not Quaker bird. It's not really that funny. You know, that card where I say, oh, you're probably feeling her a lot more all of a sudden. Or
yeah. That bird's saying, I'm ready to come back now, Mom.
And she hears you considering it too. And she's going, oh, you know, I'm available to return. So there's that possibility. And go ahead and hone in on that if you want to, you know.
Absolutely.
She's hearing your thoughts and your ideas. You know, it's all goes together. And so I think she's like, oh, yeah, don't forget about me. You know, anyway.
Yep. When they're ready to come, they're ready to come. That's for sure. Okay, this is Melinda Salinas. Her rent went up. Is it time for me to move? I don't really want to. I'm going to tell you this. I watched Andre, Astrology Alert, yesterday. He talks about the economy in there. And he said, don't be discouraged. The rents are not going to start going down for a while, but they will go back down. That's what he said. I don't know when, but, you know, it's this inflation thing going on. So anyway, any advice from you guys for her guides about moving?
Hi, Kevin.
Oh, hi, Kevin.
Thank you guys who just subscribed to me. I'm very thankful. Okay. God, it went up $160. What the money?
I know.
$60. That seems like such a jump. I mean, ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a message that to improvise, have a yard sale, maybe rent the room out, or maybe do some home selling to be resourceful until things even out. I don't know how big your apartment is, but I'm feeling like you'll be able to get through it. And maybe, I don't know if you're retired, but I'm hearing, see if you can up your income potential in creative ways. I know that that's not very specific. And I'm getting that unless you really want to move, it's not, you're going to, if you just move in the same area, the rent might be a little bit
the same.
higher.
And then you have your moving costs. Yeah, and then you have your moving costs too, right?
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I know what it's like. It's terrifying.
Goodness.
So, but I feel like I feel a positive bump of energy that you're going to be able to move over it and move through it.
I just pulled a card, relocation.
Oh.
A change in the house, moving to a new location, plans to relocate. Maybe you can. Here's what I was getting. I was getting sometimes if you don't take the first warning, I guess, what's the word? The first message, something else comes in and makes you have to do it. That's what happened to me. I wasn't going to move out of my house and move up where I am now. And then my roof collapsed. So it's like, oh my God, you know, but it's I've never pulled this card before, ever. So, and I get here exposed and revealed. So I think you're going to have something will show up that will, you know, make you determine it or not.
I was getting kind of mixed messages. The first image I got was someone who had a deck of cards fanned out in front of them. And the idea was put your cards on the table, really analyze all the options, all the combinations, all the reds and the green or the blacks, and lay your cards on the table and do the assessment of what your options are and what you can do. But then I went to the pendulum, and the first question, maybe not worded right, was to say, should Melinda Salinas move? And it said yes. But then I thought, okay, then the next question was, would moving be in Melinda's financial best interest? And it said no. So
There might be another reason.
There might,
think?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what that exposed and revealed card kind of said. You may not know all the facts.
Timing.
Yeah, it's probably timing.
Timing.
So let's try. You go ahead, Mark, and I'm going to just ask about.
Okay.
What's the timing on this?
Well, my just first spirit, I just hear it's not the time to move. And I feel like that moving has the potential of even making finances worse. It feels like it's going to be hard to find something back to your old price that you like and that's nearby the things you need. But here's the other thing that keeps coming up. I feel like there's a change that's going to happen, and that maybe that rent price isn't going to stay that or something. I don't know if you're in an apartment. I feel like you are probably, or a house, but I feel like something's going to go on, and maybe it's not going to be able to go up $160. There might be a change that happens that you don't really have anything to do with, kind of. But I'm kind of getting to bide your time a little bit because I don't feel like there's going to be an option right now that suits you and your finances.
And this is the Empress, who is the third in line for the major arcana. And she really is nature and the earth and abundance and creativity. And so I keep hearing creativity, doing solutions, maybe things on a chessboard that you might not move now, but it might bring in, oh, maybe I'll do a job, or it will make you think a little bit more out of the box. But this is actually a good card because it's the woman who is responsible for manifesting and making things in the energy of nature, the energy of life. So I have the utmost confidence that you're going to be able to find a solution to this problem and to think outside of the box. And it might take time, but certainly things are going to be changing and shifting. As I say to my daughter all the time, the Titanic hasn't sunk all the way yet. Things have not settled in yet. So
there's something hidden too. There's something that needs to be revealed or exposed.
And I think I'm getting a lot of confidence that you're going to be able to, you might not want to, but this disruption is going to, good things are going to come your way. You'll be able to handle it with success.
Awesome. And because I had a mixed message before I went back and asked, is this the right time for you to move? And got a no. And will you be moving in the future? And it was yes. So maybe it's all of those things to find the creative solution and maybe find somebody and share a house with or something like that.
And to be able to find the place that you really want to go, not just because you have to go.
With job and family and a different vibration.
Yep.
It's
good luck to you, Melinda. Good luck to you. We wish you well. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Mark, Gary Foster would like to know if you have any messages from Pam. I asked him to work with me. Any helps on how to nurture that relationship?
Okay, let me see. Gary. Hey, Gary. I don't think we know each other. I don't think. Let me see. hold on. I'm just getting him to come in here a little more fully to see
Sure.
what you guys have been doing together. He says, I asked him to work with me, and he helps on how to nurture that relationship. Yeah, he says he got your message. He's been energetically, he's already like addressed you or looked at your energy. He says there's a little bit of fretty, like worry, fret thought. So, you know, that I'm not going to work with you or that you can't connect or hear me and stuff like that. So don't put a lot of attention on that. It's okay to have those thoughts, but just let them go on past and don't make that your major focus, especially when you're sitting down to communicate with me. Just stay in your, I'm going to suggest you go in this column of light, imagine, visualize that you're in a column, and it's pretty big. It goes all the way around you, including your auric field. It's just not around your, it's not all squished. It's kind of big. And that you have this connection with source that goes way up, your column does, source, God, creator, whatever you like to call it. And then it goes down into the earth, connecting to source as Mother Earth. Because really you're connecting to source and you're connecting to source. One is the physical version and one's the spiritual version. There you go. So you want to be in that space, then call me in. I'll work with your forehead and I'll put some pressure in there so you can sense my energy. And then I just encourage you to ask me a question, get quiet, and allow the response to come. Now, it'll be the first response, even if you start to doubt it and want to make a second or a third response. I'll come in right away, and, it takes a little practice to make perfect, but I'm here working with you. Okay. And of course, I'm working with you right this second too, and I'm doing a little knocking on your noodle there so you can feel my energy. Oh, okay. There you go. Oh, you're subscribed to my channel. Thanks, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's working with you already.
Awesome.
It'll get stronger and stronger. It just takes a little bit of practice. And don't cheat yourself out. You know how our mind, that ego, I don't know, I call it ego mind, that's usually negative.
Gets in the way. Yeah.
Yes. And it wants to kind of spoil the adventure. So, if that gets too much, I always say, go sit down. Or, I'll just say, shut up and sit down. I'm doing something else now, and I really don't need your assistance. And, you'll be surprised how good that works.
Really? I need that for a lot of things. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I got the Two of Cups, which is, and I immediately got that you are already partners. You already converse. And I got this phrase that a lot of people used to say to me a lot is, don't push the river. It flows by itself. And I'm seeing a conversation going on as you walk outside, that maybe you need to physically be moving your body so your mind can relax a little bit, a walk in the woods or whatever, and just invite thoughts to come in. And all of us who have studied mediumship and psychic ability is to trust what you're getting. And the partnership gets stronger the more you talk to one another on a casual basis. Mm-hmm. But I don't see any separation. I just see deep breaths and walking and allowing the relationship to manifest, so you feel more confident in the conversation.
Awesome.
That's
Perfect.
Beautiful.
And I know you didn't ask me or the others, but I get affirmative. So, and that's exactly what, what everybody has said so far.
And the Two of Cups,
Yeah, the Two of Cups is really good.
And I don't know that much about Pan, but when I closed my eyes, I saw him walking away from me through the woods on a path, playing the flute. and what came even before I saw him was listen for the flute music, and just sort of attune yourself to that vibration, whether it's the flute or to his vibration, and it will be subtly coming through the trees and subtly coming to you. And I think the walking away means to take the kind of what both of Mark and Thayer were saying, of attune yourself, do the allowing to let it in, and then follow that lead, even though it might seem like you're not really sure, is this really what I'm hearing? But just kind of tune into the flute music and follow, kind of like the Pied Piper or something.
Mark, I have a question to ask you. Does Pan like to be outside, or doesn't care if he's in or outside when you're channeling him?
He's the god of nature, so
right.
He likes outside and animals and all that. But he's he's really into human creation and humans learning to create from source and realizing that, and becoming, and so that your spiritual relationship is a practical relationship that you use in your life. And so he's really into that. So whatever humans are involved in, he has an interest in it. He really loves arts. I think maybe not here, but in all the years when I've done acting, and I've done a lot of theater and, film and stuff, he's always worked with me on that because he's so into creative energy and encouraging you to be as creative as possible. But something Thayer said that's so important about any of this, we were just doing a thing on prosperity and abundance. It's that little fine line that's subtle between trying to make it happen and allowing it to happen. And I know that's like, but trying, there's a little effort, and it isn't, you shouldn't, it's just,
it should be effortless.
Relaxed and allowing it. And you kind of learn that by practicing it, but it's that little tiny difference there.
And remember, we are nature. Humans are part of nature.
Right.
Yeah. So you could even be doing the dishes inside, but if you honor the nature inside of yourself, that will open up the energy a little bit more for the conversation to happen. That there's really no separation that way.
Right. And that's his big message, that there's no separation between humans and nature.
Right.
Or really God and earth.
Right.
There's just no separation, period.
Has anybody read Jitterbug Perfume by Tom Robbins? Oh, it's such a great book. And Pan, I don't know if but Pan has a big role in that. He's a completely different character.
But that's his energy in that.
Yeah. They can always tell Pan's around because of the smell.
That's great.
The little goatee smell he had. It's a great book, Jitterbug Perfume. Really is.
Well, really, the word Pan means all in God and God in all, really. So that word means that it's about, we're all one and we're all, and remember your connection. Because so humanity kind of forgot or pushed aside their connection to nature for the most part. And so it's about coming back to that,
Awesome. All right. Hurricane Force 1. You have 2 questions in the chat. I don't know which one you'd rather hear about, or the spirit guides or your kitty cat mittens. If you could tell me which one, that would be helpful. Let's see. Or maybe Mark could read on mittens and.
Okay.
What's the kitty cat mittens question? Just where is she?
Yeah. I'll get it up, Mark. Hold on. Okay, no problem.
We had a tornado here last night. Speaking of here.
Hell. That's terrible.
No, 2, and they hit down in Louisville. Touchdown. It was like.
We've had a lot of that. I had that a couple of months ago, too.
I know. And when I lived here when a kid, we never had it. So this is new. Yeah. And those scary sirens that just go on and on.
I know. Yeah. It's what they must be dealing with over on the other side, of the world, in a different reason. So when our cat Mittens passed over, what was my husband's reaction to seeing her? Did she find him? I guess he must be over there. Gotcha. And then, gals, if you can work on messages from spirit guides, that would be awesome. Thank you.
You know, I'm seeing a Victorian woman. I don't know if it's your spirit guide or a grandmother or a mother, but a woman who is formal in her appearance and in her manner. And she's saying, what do you don't have to worry about anything. Stop worrying so much. I feel like Woody Allen's coming through. Stop worrying so much that all is well and all will be well. She's like I don't know if she's a guide or an airy spirit, but she's definitely in the room. She spends a lot of time with you. I think she helps you with practical decisions during the day. I'm seeing her in a house by the shore. She lived by the shore, and she was sort of the leader. She was the matron of the house. So it sounds like grandmother or great grandmother. But I feel like it's a direct line to you, and she's assuring you that all is well, and not to worry. That's what I'm hearing. So she leaves you with love and practical advice. That she goes, if you need practical advice, ask me.
Okay.
I'm getting, when I tuned in right away, I saw them putting a tiara on your head and then zoomed out a little bit. And it's like the beauty queen. You've got the roses and the sash, the banner. I couldn't read what it said. But, and like the old fashioned long gloves, the white gloves that go up to the elbow, and you're waving to the adoring crowd, and everyone's clapping, and they're taking photographs of you. And you're wearing this big kind of old fashioned ball gown with a huge skirt on it. That's just, it's gorgeous. And then I see I get the idea that you've been through a challenge, a rocky time, something that was difficult. And they're just kind of saying, good work, you made it. You know, we all face challenges in life, and some of us we all handle it in different ways. And, that's there's no one right way, but they are affirming that the way you chose and the grace and poise with which you carried yourself during that time is admirable, and they are recognizing that, and they're saying good work. And that's what I got.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you. Mark?
Did you read on her on that question?
No, I didn't. I got it's okay to put yourself first and take care of your own needs before you take care of others. Always a good reminder. So self-care, self-love, balance. There you go.
Okay, little mittens. Your husband, I don't have his name, but he was there to meet Mittens, so it wasn't too hard to find him because he was waiting. It was important for him to meet her. I feel like they had a pretty strong relationship here on the earth, and he was looking forward to continuing that, like having a little piece of his earthly life there with him already, now. And that was going to help him out. I love this too, because I drew some cards, and here it is, the six. I mean, oh man, I can't see dip. Okay.
I know the feeling.
We all wear glasses.
I can see until I'm trying to read, and then it's like, oh no, I can't read. The Six of Wands, like one of my favorites. But you know, it's a homecoming, a celebration. It was like a big whoop-de-doo up in space, up in heaven. These are like an alien deck that I just got, and I'm liking it. You know, so it was a big celebration on your husband's part. He's saying, and now I take Mittens with me whenever we go for meetings and like reviews or whatever they do on that side, because sometimes there's stuff they do like work, and I see he's telling me they go together to meet up. So it's like she's his companion there too, and they hang out together like she supports him. And you know, lastly is the Three of Cups, but just what was my husband's reaction? It was this, you know, yeehaw, celebration. It was a little reminder of home, and he had a nice, strong relationship.
Yep.
I think.
Slept with him the whole time during this cancer
Yeah,
battle.
there you go.
What was that? Yeah.
And, you know, her death was maybe came across as traumatic, but she really was. She kind of sped that up so she could be with him on the other side. So that,
well, that's
you
nice.
know, I can just imagine if I was on the other side and then one of my pets came, oh, it would just lift me up. It
Old
just,
home day.
all these cards, you know, because it would feel just like that. So that's great.
Awesome.
You got the world in your hands. Enjoy your life, and send prayers and loving thoughts to all on the other side. They're with you.
Oh, all right.
Cool. Yep.
Gonna move on. We got a few more, and we're getting tight on time here. Yeah. G. Covington, message from spirit guides. I love this. Sometimes I think they drink. Susan Lynn said they drink and they smoke.
Yeah. Does that say spirit guides and angles?
It's supposed to be angels, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it right angles or obtuse?
Left angle. All right.
Yes, that was a dramatic end for poor Mittens, please. Ugh. Okay.
Oh boy. Ooh, yes, that was traumatic.
I'm getting they're drinking because they want you to have a good time. They want you to relax and have some fun, and enjoy each day. That each day should just have a lot of fun and have a lot of, I know this sounds trite, but just as you would have a cocktail at the end of the day and relax and notice the birds and the wind where your cares are off. They're saying to do more of that and to move more into the natural flow.
Okay.
Sounds like a great message. Anybody else?
I get protection. The fairy of protection is shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking on any spiritual work. Otherwise, you could be out of control. And that's what the drinking is trying to remind you about, I think. Because when we drink, and if we drink too much, we get a little out of control. Or we, get very verbal, let's say. I think that's why they're doing it.
Risky behavior.
Yep.
Well, I'm coming in kind of in between you two, because what I saw was we're on the beach and the wonderful waves are out there, but we're seeing this from the perspective of being kind of in an overhang, like not really in a full cave, but you're in the shadows. There's like a stone, I don't know, overhang that you're behind, and there's something coming through the like a leg of it or something, part of it coming down in front. So it's like you're right there at the beach, but you're being protected. You're protecting yourself from the sun and all of that. But it's like the waves, and it's like Spirit is trying to call you out to, at least for a while, come out on the sand and get in the water and enjoy the fullness of what this lifetime has to offer. And, to also be very careful, check for riptides and all of that kind of stuff too. But to take the risk and step out in faith and enjoy being out in the fullness of life.
Yeah. G. Covington. Of course, I don't know you, so if this is off, just ignore it. Okay.
Ditto.
Yeah. I get, it feels like from these cards that you've been, sort of reviewing your life up to this point. And, I think a lot of us have gone through that over the past couple of years. It's been sort of a time to reflect and review on what's important, what we've been doing. So, and I feel like it's been pretty good. There's not a lot of regret, but maybe there might have been a little something missing. Although, I feel like you're pretty comfortable where you are. Queen of Pentacles here. And, I don't feel like you're necessarily wanting for a lot. But I feel like Spirit is saying, be on the lookout, because we're sending you a little surprise. And that there may be a little change in venue, or there might be a new adventure coming, a new little thing that you didn't even think about, that all of a sudden you're kind of working on it again. It's sort of like a new thing, creating a new thing to do. So I don't know if you've been thinking that already, but I feel like Spirit's saying, yeah, it's coming. It's going to be like a surprise.
And I pulled the Hangman, which I think goes into Mark's message of move out of your comfort zone a little bit. Don't jump off the cliff, but definitely go for a little swim in the water. And maybe experience or move into something new. That something new will be coming, and I think it will be of a spiritual nature. You'll expand yourself in some way.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much.
Not because you have to do it or because you need to do it. I don't feel it's more like
a gift.
Yeah.
Gift. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We got to speed it up just a bit here. We got 5 more to go through. So Ellen, her cat Maxwell passed. She had to help him cross over. She believes he died of a broken heart because she had moved and he had to become an inside cat. Wonders if there's any message from the cat Maxwell.
Okay, let me see real quick here. You guys look too, of course.
I'm immediately getting different energy, different vibration. That he had kind of done what he had to do, and it was time for him to move on, so something new can come in. I don't think it was a broken heart. I think his contract was up.
Yeah.
That the move has a lot of other things going to it. Although I personally, not psychically, it's heartbreaking, and you feel like it is something to do with you.
Something you did. Yeah.
Something you did. And it's not, because we're not
no, dear.
in control.
You did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
That's right. No.
You just loved him. That's all.
Yep.
My pendulum said no, it wasn't a broken heart.
No. No,
I agree a lot, just about everything. Well, everything Thayer said, that it was his journey, and that's as far as it was going. He was meant to go about that time, and he didn't really want to go on and be an indoor cat and stuff like that. It was what he wanted to do, he'd done. So it didn't have anything to do with you, or he doesn't. He loves you. He loved his experience. He doesn't. There's no like, oh, that mean old owner.
They're so forgiving anyway, and they don't want you to take any blame for anything. Yeah.
He said you didn't have anything to do with my
with my decision.
I mean, just a quick story is I got a cat for my daughter who she named after her boyfriend. And when the relationship broke up, the cat died.
Wow.
He got, he died. And I asked my guides at that time, and they said the manifestation of that relationship was the cat. The relationship was over. So the cat's energy moved on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good share. Very good. Okay. Julie P. is wondering if her youngest niece's current dog, Sage, was my oldest niece's dog, BJ, who died 20 years ago, and Sage is 13 months old. Must have the same kind of energy, huh?
Yeah, Sage was my oldest niece's dog. Sage. I think I've read on Sage before, haven't I, Julie? Was my oldest niece's dog, BJ. BJ died over 20 years ago. Sage is 13 months old.
I pulled a card that says confirmed.
I love those cards, Ellie. What are those cards?
I don't know, but I like them too. But they're short answers, basically. Yeah.
I like it though.
Yeah, I'll find out, Mark, and I'll let you know. Yeah.
Pendulum says yes. Sage is the reincarnation of BJ.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing the reincarnation of the love and the relationship. That it might not be a cloning carbon copy, but the relationship that you had with your dog is this BJ is the same relationship Sage is going to have. That it's the same loving vibration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kevin's loving vibration.
Yeah, and I think you'll be more aware of it a little bit later. She's not quite old enough to show you some of that other experience. She will, though. I feel like she's going to give you a little bit more confirmation that it's a spirit you've been with before or known before. It's kind of, it kind of is a family, like a family.
Yeah.
You just know these things, Julie. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And the fact that you're asking the question means that we really
means that you did know already. Yeah. Absolutely.
I love your flower image too. It's just gorgeous. I'm just falling into it.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Did you have anything to say, Joan?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Oh, I gave mine.
She said Pendulum said yes.
Oh, that's
wanted
right.
Him short. So
yeah.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Carolyn Adams. Every time I see Carolyn Adams, I think of the Adams Family. Carolyn, but it was Carolyn Jones that played Morticia Adams, wasn't it? Okay. True. Will your tenants catch up on the rent, or should I cut the loss and evict them?
Oh boy,
that's a hard one. Let's see.
That is. All right, I'm going to pull out the blunt cards here.
Yeah, I'm getting you already know the answer to that. Yeah.
That's what I just did with my mouth. That exact sound. I went,
I know. That's amazing. Oh.
I'm getting that you know their character. That it's based on their character assessment, and that you already know the answer. And I'm not going to say yes or no because this. I feel like this is something you already, as I said, you already know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're years behind, Carolyn?
Oh, years behind.
Yeah.
Cut it.
I was seeing a fishing, fisher cut bait, and they were cutting the line.
Yeah.
Too long. I mean, I understand they held out, the COVID thing and, but if it's been years and they're still not paying, oh my.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, they blamed COVID. Okay. Well, for a while they could, Yeah. Okay.
I really get just what Thayer said too, that it's really about their character, and you already know that. And it's really based on that. I think if you had a strong sense that they were doing everything they could and that there was, hardships, because people have had hardships because of it, and that could be a thing. But you kind of know if they're playing you or not. And
enough is
you
enough.
need to defend your house.
Yeah.
It's
you have to pay the mortgage. You have to pay the taxes. Yeah.
And if they know that you're gonna, anyway.
Yeah.
This is a unfortunate decision.
Yeah.
It is. It's no fun to do that.
You don't like to make it either, because you like to be nice and loving and all that. And until you said that, it's been years.
Yeah, too long.
I'm getting the image of a Charles Dickens character lurking around in the street.
Okay. Wow. Hi, Rhett. It's good to see you, Rhett. All right, we got Dragon's Witch. In a dark period of her life, she was pressured to rehome 2 cats to a safe home, but it wasn't. I've never forgiven myself. Does Shaker forgive me? I'm just crying thinking about it. I'm so sorry you feel that way, dear. We do the best we can with the information that we have at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And that certainly taught you a big lesson.
It did.
That experience.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the human realm, where there's a structure of values and judgments. We build a house on how we're all to function and live and see ourselves. And then there's the spiritual higher vibration, which is open and more forgiving and can go with the flow with less sorrow. In the end, there is no wrong decision. There's heartbreak, but not the self-punishment and blame. I'm being told should just be taken out of the equation.
Yeah.
And that on a soul level, everything is fine.
I asked the question in my mind, should she be feeling guilty about this? And I got certainly not.
Yeah.
Certainly not.
Yeah, I was seeing the cat as looking at it from a certain perspective. The cat had the opportunity to experience almost 2 lives in one. And on a soul level, that's like, oh, I got to learn more life lessons this way and advance my soul through these 2 different experiences that normally one would only get in one of those in a lifetime. And I also saw the cat, and there was no retribution. No, you shouldn't feel guilty about it. But there was something about the cat. It kept jumping from one perch to another, to another, to another. Like it was almost like he was almost seeking out more life experience and wanted to see things from many different perspectives. So while he was certainly happy with you, and he learned what that was like to live in a loving, caring environment, then he got to experience something else too, and it was different. But he kind of he was a curious cat. And kind of
remember, they have 9 lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. We certainly send you love on that.
Right.
I mean, I'm just going to say, having somebody steal my dog, I went through all of that, and I had to release control and give it up to God and give it up to the universe. I mean, I do it on a daily basis. but there's
It's hard some days, harder than others,
hard.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Being human is not easy,
I know. It isn't. No.
you know.
All right, we have one more question and for today, and I want to make sure that everybody is thanked for being here, and that thank you for the questions as well. On this note, she would like us to read on the COVID variant. A reader on YouTube said it's coming back and China's not telling everything. Well, Dr. Fauci did say this the other day, that this will surge again, probably in the fall. But I'm not sure if it's a variant, isn't it, that he's talking about? It's just another variant. I don't know. I guess I'll leave it up to you guys to see what you think.
QAnon.
Really?
I'm hearing QAnon.
Okay.
False fear, false flag. Get your booster, wear your mask.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Did China all get their shots?
China,
because they're all locked down. They're locked down over there.
They don't have the good boosters we have.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is
or the opportunity to get them.
Yeah, and Annette, Hartford, I don't mean any ill will or harm, but I'm just getting the BS signal, and that fear. If you follow fear, it will just create more fear, and you will be fear. So put the white light around you, and wear your mask. Yeah.
I love this. It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Yes. Oh.
I was I couldn't stop getting out of my head about, I know in Minnesota, like the new variant is very, very prevalent in, like, when they analyze the sewage and all of that, but hospitalizations are not going up. So it's different. It's acting different than it is in Europe. But then when I asked the pendulum, it said, in the words you used, is COVID coming back bad yet this year? And it said no. We'll see what happens in the fall, but I do get the feeling that it's going to be more something that we're learning how to manage now.
Right.
Not that, and
because we get the flu back all the time. I'm just continuing to wear a mask when I go into a public space. I don't need to get sick with anything. So that's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
We have the best vaccines. We have plenty of vaccines out of everybody in the world. And it might morph in China, but our immunity.
But even if you've had the vaccine, you can get COVID again. So if you're wearing a mask, you don't have all the the flu and the colds and the this and the that.
Yeah.
It brings it down, because we didn't have all that when COVID was taking over everything, did we?
Yeah. If you take the vaccine, you most likely will not end up in the hospital,
That's true.
on a ventilator or dying. So take it. But I did get a couple of cards of, there's still people that want to manipulate the facts and trick you and fool you and give a big, and try to keep you all in fear, sitting, oh no, I'm afraid to move. I'm afraid to live. I'm just going to sit here frozen. But really, the star card makes me think that we've gotten over the worst of it. And if you just are reasonable and don't listen to all this crap, just stick to the facts, it'll be fine. People are still going to get COVID. They're still going to get sick. But I think the severity of it and that killing you is not there now.
And vibration matches vibration. If you have a fear vibration that you're going to get it, then that type of the COVID will hit you on that vibration. And that's why to stay in hope, stay in confidence, put the white light around you, wear your mask, get your thoughts higher about it, and it might pass you right by.
There you go.
Also, just as a public service announcement, now when the infections seem to be at kind of a lower state, is a great time to order up the home test kits for free from the government. If you did first, you can do the second one. Some states are giving them away free. And just the fact that you have a bunch stockpiled for like all the different households in your various family, gives
Yep.
me more of a feeling of calm, so that if it
Yeah.
flares up again, we can test,
And I
so that
heard that
fear
they're
doesn't
gonna
run rampant. Yeah.
they're going to start doing a spray instead of a shot. That's what they're
that's great.
working on right now, which probably will be very helpful.
Americans don't know. Americans like to complain a lot, but we have the best vaccinations. We have the best access to vaccinations, and they're free.
Yep.
We have free COVID tests. I don't see any other country that has had that luxury or that attention
That's right.
placed on its population. So we're going to be fine. But
Awesome.
I know that fear thing. It creeps into me too.
Yeah, it does to everybody at some time, I think.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much to my readers, to my audience, to our audience here, the great questions that you've asked us today. We will be back again next week, same time, same station. And also, if you're Steve, you can come on over to Circle of Friends Tarot, where I have a show with Kelly in about 20 minutes. So I got to go.
Okay.
Take care,
Thanks
everybody.
to Allie. Yay, Allie.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Yay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.